Well, hello folks, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to an update on Operation Ariel. Well, as you may have gathered, I haven't been working much on Operation Ariel. In the pre-summer vacation update, I told you a little bit about the car. Short recap is that we use the car basically on a daily basis, and we really can't miss it. It's a very handy and convenient car, and also it's really cheap to run, and being a 30-year-old Toyota, it's utterly reliable. So every time I have to do something to the car in terms of maintenance or, well, a little bit of tinkering, I don't really have time to film it because I have to get my work done, because the next day or even within the same day I need the car again. So on a short recap, I did an oil change, I changed the front brakes. Now it's autumn again and I felt like working on the car, and let me switch the camera over and get you up to speed on what's been going on at this moment with Operation Ariel. Uno momento. So this is my bit messy workbench, and as you can see over here I have the rocker cover and I have it repainted. The paint was flaking, it was rusty, and if I would have done a neat job I would have blasted it, sandblasted it and make it all nice, but now it's much better than it was, so happy with that. There is a new gasket for a valve cover, and over here I just picked this up from the Toyota dealer on a rubber grommet that goes in here for the crankcase ventilation, and two rubbers go in there and there. So it was the first time that I took the cover off, and the goal was to paint this and also wanted to check the valve lash, but when I took this off I was in for a surprise. So let's head over to the car and see what I found there. Let's remove this piece of cloth. Well, there you have it. It's the dirtiest valve train I ever saw. So I'm not going to clean this right now. I'm gonna leave it for what it is, but I will do an oil change and a flush with that. And yeah, now I'm gonna reinstall the valve cover just on here, or the rocker cover. Check the oil. You can see how dirty it is over here. So there's a very black sooted remains in here, and also I will check the timing belt just to be sure, but from what I can see here things are looking pretty good. So anyway, I'm gonna prepare, I'll apply a little bit of RDV in these corners over here. It should be, because there is a little crack over here where the oil can seep out. I'm gonna clean this up, and then I'm going to reinstall it. I did check the valve lash, everything is okay, 0.2 of a millimeter, so nothing wrong there. Only thing is, yeah, it's a bit black in here. So yeah, it's about due for an oil change. Well, we're up and running again. So the next two things that I want to do is, well, of course, paint this section, because this entire right hand side has been rattle canned, and yeah, I need to fix that. There are some dents in there that weren't too neatly repaired. But anyway, what I want to do, and has been bothering me for a mighty long time, is I want to refurbish the wheels. As I just showed you, the paint isn't in all too good of a quality, and also the wheels aren't, but just like Project LS 400, I'd like to refurbish the wheels first, because for the appearance, doing the wheels is 50% of the total appearance of the car. But as I said, I need to have this car up and running within a day. So what did I do? I bought a couple of wheels online. I went to a Japanese classic car forum and posted a picture of the wheels of the Starlet, and asked if anyone had the exact same wheels. The steel wheels come in different varieties, and I wanted to have the exact same. And believe it or not, within 2 hours I had 3 responses, and I bought one set of those for 75 euros. Et voila, my new wheels. As you can see, they all come with those center caps. They are exactly the same as the wheels that are currently under the car. I want to keep it originals, but these are a much better starting point for restoration. The tires themselves have decent threads on them, but if you just go over it by your hand, you can feel that the rubber compound is pretty hard. They are 1 centimeter narrower than the tires that are currently under the car, and well, this is the cheapest of the cheap, And since the tires are the only safety feature on the Starlet, together with the brake booster and the seat belts, I want to have good tires under the car, especially since it's intended as a daily driver for our daughter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the center caps, I'm going to have the tires popped off, and I will ask if I can have them sandblasted and pre-coated, and then finish him off either by rattle can or if the blaster can paint them. So that's the plan. So it's been a while since I've been at my workshop. I haven't been here for 6 months now. But well, weather is nice outdoors, but it's time to work indoors. And in a rare stroke of good luck, of actual luck, I ended up with some steel wheels that don't need much work. When you look on the inside, we put one on the workbench over here. There's only some surface rust. I think I'll treat this just with some black primer. But the most important bit is the actual outside, and this one is the worst. I had planned to get them sandblasted, bead blasted, and then give it a primer coating, which would have cost me about 150 to 200 euros. But I think I can manage with just my well, sanding material, so I'm going to give this a try with Scotch-Brite sandpaper. I already bought a bunch of primer and wheel silver and clear coat. Clear coat part is very important, so I'm just gonna try to clean this up by hand, and well, if it succeeds, you'll see in the next scene. Well, I forgot to show what it looks like after sanding, but this is after its first 2 coats of primer. I'm using just a normal everyday paint primer. This stuff, I thought it would be grey, but it's very light grey. But anyway, looks like this, and this was the worst one. And to be honest with you, yours truly is quite happy with how this turned out. So I'm gonna put this aside. What I'm doing is I'm sanding it, and then I'm immediately painting it, and just clean the dust off and use a little bit of brake clean to degrease it. And then I paint it, and they should be hardened after 2 hours. So if that's the case, I can paint everything tomorrow and clear coat it on Sunday. Today is Friday, tomorrow Saturday, and of course Sunday. So well, very happy so far. So I started the day at, well, 1 p.m. and this is time right now, and everything already is dry to the touch. I think we'll have it cured for another 24 hours. One thing I forgot to do, and that's to fill in the lettering Toyota, so this already is covered with clear coat. But if you look at the glossiness, this still has some eggshell gloss to it, so this could use another coat of clear coat. This is fine with me. There's another wheel that's finished, and the other ones, and they look real nice. But as said, I'm going to fill this in. I'm going to do that by hand with using a small paintbrush, and I will not fill this circle in. The reason for that is the wheels are actually, they're tiny. They're 13 inch, of course, and if you fill this in, to me it makes the wheel optically smaller. So we'll first see how it looks without this ring filled in. This is how it originally is. Just gonna do the lettering. One thing I want to note, that's well good to know if you're planning to do this job yourself. So I have 4 13 inch wheels, and this is all it took in terms of material. That's 1 can of primer and 1 can of wheel paint. I did 3 coats of primer on each wheel. I did 2 coats and a little bit on each wheel, and I used 1 can of varnish. So that's really all you need. And well, I bought some extra. I bought 3 cans of this and 2 of the other ones, but basically this was all I need. So I'm very happy with the value for money what you get, and this primer covers really well. You do need to apply 2 coats at least of the wheel silver, and always 2-3 coats. I have now 3 coats on the wheels and 2 coats on these wheel hubcaps. So anyway, that's it for now, and next time you'll see this, in the next scene, I will have the wheels fitted, and we're gonna put this under the car. Looks, folks, it's the new wheels, and I just washed the car. Let's put them under, and let's do a couple of before and after shots. how about that? This is not even the best side of the car. And that's the other side, and I'm very happy with how things turned out. Anyway, it's dinner time now. I'm gonna do some beauty shots tomorrow. See you in a second. Hey, voila folks, and that's the end result. I'm very happy with it. And another thing what makes me extremely happy is not that it just looks much better, but also these tires are super quiet. I want to show you in a close-up. I chose Maxxis tires. What's the type? All season. Ah, yeah, well, that's really what they are. They are all season tires, and what I did notice is that they are so much more quiet than the old tires. The road handling is better. Okay, these are narrow tires and it's a lightweight, fairly slow car, but the handling is much better, so that's a big improvement for safety, fuel economy, and, you know, ride comfort, all in all. Another thing that I wanted to show you is under the hood. 1 second please. Now this is what things look like under the hood. Plenty of cleaning to do, but when you compare this to a year ago when I bought the car, I bought this car, well, exactly a year ago now. Yeah, it was much worse, but the engine is running fine. I really like the look of this painted valve cover. Maybe I want to get a 12 valve sticker that is over here that came from factory. That's gone. I had a minor oil leak over there, so what I did, I pulled the valve cover off once more and applied a little bit of RTV. What I didn't see is that there was a little damage over there. It was not caused by me. It must have been there, and it was covered up with some RTV. I cleaned the entire surface. For some reason or another, I overlooked that. But anyway, now it's not leaking anymore. What I will do is do an oil change, because you've seen that the camshafts were extremely black and it's very dirty on the inside. So an extra oil change might help clean up the engine on the inside a little bit. But anyway, I want to give you a rundown of the costs. I paid 115 euros for the wheels and tires. That's including shipping. I got rid of the old tires. I donated them to the workshop so he can use them on a trailer or something. The new tires cost me 308 euros, and paint and supplies for what I used is about 25 to 30 euros. All in all, it adds up to around 430 euros. Now, if you compare that to what I paid for this car, which was 550 euros a year ago, yeah, it's a bit off balance, but I can easily sell this car today for 1500 euros. And I think an investment in tires is always an investment in your own safety. And I can tell you this, that these new tires, these Maxxis tires, which I'm very pleased with, yeah, really is worth the money. They are not very expensive, and if I look at how they perform until now, how much better the handling of the car is, how much quieter it is, and I think the fuel economy will also improve. It's always money well spent. You can spend a fortune on suspension, on brakes, but if your tires aren't a-okay, well, yeah, you're wasting money. Anyway, that's it for this episode. I'm happy I could do some work again on Operation Ariel. I hope you liked following me along. If you did, let me know by subscribing to my channel, give me a like, and if you have any questions or constructive feedback, let me know down below in the comment section. Oh yeah, and don't forget to put on notifications. Anyway, that's it for now, and I hope to see you soon in a new video on another project. Bye.